Hi everyone, Todd with TopperEZLift. Just going to show you our new camper package that we came out. We're going to go over a quick install. One of the things is with most trucks they have the 1-inch lip going around. So what we want to do is clean that 1-inch lip off with like a denatured alcohol to get it nice and clean. And then provided in your kit is a 3M adhesion promoter. What you want to do is hit that rail with the adhesion promoter going around. So this topper has a carpeted topper, so we don't have to do the rail up here. We'll explain that a little bit more later. But basically you're going to come down the sides, come along the edge, the 1-inch lip, and then what we want to do when you go around your actuator, if your clamp bracket's in the way, you want to just kind of do little cuts and notches and could form it right around your clamp bracket. And then what we like to do, as we come up, we're overlapping these two here in the corner, and then we'll add a little self-tapper to pin the corners down so they stay in place. So you basically do that with all the corners. So your kit, if you're peeling it on and off, you're not peeling up the corners. That's pretty much installing the Velcro that comes with your kit. If you have a contractor back, what you do is you'd clean this area off here, put the adhesion promoter along there, and put Velcro along there. So in the kit, you're going to have your tension rods, obviously your Velcro, your adhesion promoter. What you want to do is you're going to want to start with your back piece first. The back piece has no window in it. So this is how you start pretty much putting on your back. There's a 2-inch Velcro right here, and there's a 1-inch on the bottom, and then there's a big 4-inch Velcro on the sides. So what you're going to do is come to your back, and you're basically going to line it up, starting with your the bottom piece here, and you're just going to tension your arms out and get it to the corner and try to get them equal on both sides. So you want to match it up and get them equal right about in there, I'm thinking. And then what you can do is you can start from the center, and then you can pull up and catch your carpet. You basically start like that. And then what will happen is this 4-inch will adjust to different trucks and toppers, because when you come in, sometimes they taper in or taper out. But that'll make up the difference with that 4-inch Velcro. And you basically push that up, get it in place, get your corners set, jam them in the corner real nice. Put a little extra tension, pushing them into the corners. That'll help get you a nice seal. So right in here, you just want to push that corner in real nice and tight and actually give you kind of where it's almost pulling towards the corner. So what you want to do is line it up right here in the corner. It's nice to start with your fabric flipped over the side so that way the Velcro's not catching anything. And you're just going to line it up with your 1-inch hook right here. As you see, we're going down, just lining it up like this. We do have some adjustability there, but then what you're going to do is come into the corner and you're going to try to match your corners up. Now keep in mind that sometimes these corners will angle inward because the topper is a different width than the truck bed. So you might have some black exposing, that's normal. So I'm just going to pull all this in. The stripes on here are for the different length toppers. So you can see this is a 5.5-foot box. We're going to line that basically up, start pushing that in, and then we're going to start in the center here, and we're going to pull up tight so we get a nice tight looking side, and we're going to attach it to our upper part of our topper. If you don't have a carpeted topper, what we have to do is that this can get a little chalky, the fiberglass. So what we want to do is get that all cleaned up, and then we want to use a good quality adhesion promoter and seal that, and then put your Velcro on. What we'd like to do is take a carpet and get some spray glue, like 3M spray glue contact cement, and actually carpet that whole area if you have a non-carpeted topper. It'll work either way. We just find if you actually carpet this whole area, it'll adhere better, stay there longer. All right, basically pull it up, get some nice tension there, and line up your corner. You're gonna have some extra here. There's a couple options with this. You can just roll it in if you want, put a clip on it, or you can attach it to your carpet like that. If you never cut this, it'll universally fit all the trucks and toppers on the market to date. So now what we're gonna do is put on our other side, basically matching it up in the same area, following it down, and coming along. So that'll be side 2. Going along here, bring in the inside, match up your corner, and then fold it up, start in the center, pull it up tight. And line this corner up as best we can for right now. We can always adjust it later too once you get it in. Pull that up, start going down. Side 2 is on. Just that simple. All right, there we go. If you have a non-carpeted topper, we have a couple sets of poles, and we know you have a non-carpeted topper, we send this along. It's called a tension rod. What this does is it makes up, since we have to get tension around the top to hold the new weekender in place, because we utilize with the window open, you basically assemble your rods. The ends are removable on this. So what we want to do is put this up in here and get tension. and get the tension right, like this, and you're gonna mark, once you get your tension holding up there right, you're gonna mark right here, and you're gonna cut the end pulls back. So you can, it'll basically be custom made to your topper. These are removable. So you can just pop these off, and then you cut them to fit, basically to conform to your topper if you have a non-carpeted topper. One of the things that you can do is you can get spray glue and do basically carpet your topper, and you'll get a little better seal, but this works pretty well with non-carpeted toppers. This is the tension rod. So with our new weakener back, you basically want to fold it out with the black mat side down. And then what you want to do is basically split the distance between end to end. They have little cutouts like this, and you see your Velcro strip coming down? You want to line that Velcro up with that corner as best you can, equal distance on either side. Now remember, some trucks have wider beds than others, so you got to kind of balance out between the two. So now we're just jumping the gap. What happens is the hook side jumps the gap to provide a seal between the tailgate and the bed of the truck to keep bugs and mosquitoes out. If you don't have carpet in your truck bed, you can run a strip of Velcro across there, or you can take a strip of carpet, spray glue it on. It'll adhere right to it. It jumps that gap, keeping bugs and mosquitoes out. So the next thing we like to do is take our tensioners. They hold down the corners. Let's say it was a really windy day, or it was really, kind of blowing around. You can pretty much pull these tensioners out, and it'll hold these corners down in place, just like that. After that, what we want to do is unfold our sides and basically start coming up with our sides, following along the Velcro strip right here. And we're gonna start putting our sides on, just like that. Now remember, this back can be removed at any time, but with this new setup, you get a bimini awning that folds up in the top. So I'm just gonna run the sides up like this and match them up. Kind of just get your fabric out of the way. And then as you come up into your sides, you want to match these up as best you can and just keep folding up like this. I know it might look a little confusing, but it'll make sense when you have it in your hand. And you pretty much just match up these corners like that. And I'll do the same to the other side. Now what you want to do is find center on your topper, on your kit here. There's a seam right there. And generally most trucks have a topper or a light. That's generally center. So what we're doing is just going to pop this up here and just lightly stick it on. You don't have to press very hard because we might have to do some adjusting. So we're just going to kind of get it to hold up there. Now we're going to pop in our tension rod. In your kit will come a tension rod. You basically just fold it right out, and then what we're going to do is we're going to bow your rod out, get it in there, and then we're going to basically put the end corners in the pockets. The pockets are way up in the corner here. So you want to find that pocket and get it up in there. And then you'll find the other pocket on the other side, get that in there. Can be a little difficult when they're brand new until they get broken a little bit. All right, once you got it in the pockets, you basically find the center hook and loop here, and you're just going to attach that to the rod. This will make it much easier when you start out here on the end. And just get that one on, and then you can go around, and there's several hook and loops through here. You just start attaching them, and then it basically forms the bow. Just like so. Go around. Now that I got my my little hook and loop around my tension rod here, we're gonna go up here. Remember, we just put it in one little spot, and we're gonna pull it up all nice and tight so it forms to the topper really good. So I'm just gonna give it some nice pulls, kind of work my way out to the corners here, and get it all sealed up. Now we're gonna be bug and rain free, just like that. And obviously, with the hook and loop, you can do some adjusting and tweaking. One thing on these toppers, on this camper package, you'll find a tab. It looks like this. This is a tuck tab, and what that's used for is some toppers have cutouts at the end. So it's a tuck flap to keep bugs or mosquitoes, so you can kind of conform it to any holes or anything your topper might have. So keeping in mind that this part holds this tension rod, you want to try to keep it pushed furthest to the corner as you can, and just basically jam it in that corner real nice, and it'll create nice tension on this rod. With your 30-inch rods, you're basically going to stick it in that pocket down there. You'll have to get a little bow because it's going to create some tension. You stick it in the upper pocket and push it out, and that'll keep your sides nice and firm. So you do that on both sides. Stick it in the pocket, put a little tension on it, fold it up. So that's pretty much the installation of our new weekender design. A couple nice features about this one is the opening's quite a bit higher, so if you put a couple steps in here, you literally can walk up into your topper. Another nice feature we added into this design, and now remember, this is all heavy fabric. This is what they make boat covers out of, so it's built to last pretty much a lifetime. As you're zipping, you might find a little bit of tension there. What works pretty nice is just basically pick it up on the center here, and allows the zipper to flow around real nicely. And so with this system now, what we added is a nice screen. So if you're laying in your bed inside, you can look out, and you can also make it a privacy window or get fresh air in there. Another nice feature about our new system is you can unzip the top from the bottom and leave the bimini in place and have a bimini cover so you can sit on your tailgate without having your sides on if you're watching an event or something. All right, now we got nice wide open access in our back here. A couple other nice features that we designed into our kit. We have full side access in from the side without having to remove them, right over to the side. We have a blockout screen and we have a full screen, so you can get a lot of good cross airflow. One thing with any kit or any tent, over time, if you're putting a lot of tension on or the wind's blowing bad, you can put a little tension on the seams. Get a little seam sealer, you can seal that right up. That's just inherent of anything that's sewn. Over time, those things can get worn a little bit, and you'll have a nice, durable, waterproof shelter. Also makes for nice portability. What you can do is you can unzip the top from the bottom, and the bottom will come right off like a jacket, unzipping. So you can tuck that away if you're not using it every day. And the other thing you can do is the top, you pull this right off, that folds up, gets out of the way. The top can roll up. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my rod out, basically starting with the ends towards the center and pulling my rod out, and I'm gonna show you how this all rolls up nice and slick. All right, now that I pulled my tension rod out, it gives me the ability to roll the bimini up. And you can make this as pretty as you like, but basically you roll this up and it'll conform around the topper. You can roll this up, and at the top here, you'll have two hook and loops. So you get it and basically pull tension off, and then you can hook and loop it and get it out of the way. So that way you can still see out of your back window and your truck becomes fully functional and you don't have to remove that every time. Just find your hook side, pull a little tension on it, pull it down, and now everything is up out of the way, ready to go. Now that I got my bimini tucked away, I basically can take my hook off each corner, and then I can just fold this up, because maybe I'm not camping every day, and I can put it right in the back seat of my car or truck or whatever here, or my truck basically. And you basically can fold it in half, put it in the back seat, off you go. Just like so. Tuck it all away, fold it up into a nice little piece like that, and you got your truck's fully usable. The sides also tuck in a little space between the topper and the actuator right here, so they can stay on all the time. We designed it that way, so it's always there, always ready to go. With our bimini already set up, it's just a few minutes setup and you're off and running. Another feature, if you're camping and you're moving from camp to camp, this breaks down nice and quickly. You just basically take this rod out. You don't have to take the whole thing apart. You pull the rod out and fold this in, and you can close it all up. And so you literally could be camping in a few seconds. Get my rod out of here. I got one more hook here. So now that I pop my rod out, it just collapses right up. I take out my two tension rods that are in the corner. I got one more hook there. Those pop right out, just like that. And the whole thing can fold right up, staying fully assembled. What you want to do is pull your corners up, fold them in. And what I like to do is when I'm going to close it, the gate, I watch, because you know where your catch is, you don't want to catch any material or tear any material. So pretty much just tuck it all in real nice, and you can close up the gate. Just like that. Reach in, lower your top down. your fabric will naturally start to develop and tuck in, but I like to push up against the actuator and tuck the fabric up in there, in between that space between the actuator and the topper, and they'll be up out of the way on a nice little round ball like that. So you get it all tucked in, just like that, and then you just lower it down and get your seal down, and off you go. Checking both sides, push it up the actuator, tuck in your front, hit your button, reach right in the back here, close her up. Now all your fabric's tucked in, close your back gate, close your window gate, and you're gone. Just like that. Travel light, move fast, folks. TopperEZLift. It's going to show you our contractor back. Basically just unrolled our back here. What we're going to want to do is you want to fold down your wind gate, and then we actually have topper or Velcro along here on the window. Close that, and then what we're going to do, you're going to want to center your zipper. And most toppers have like a dial or a button or a handle. You pretty much line that zipper up with that handle, and then you work from the inside, from the middle out, putting on the back. Go out to the corners like this, and then what we're going to do is we're going to want to line up our sides. So as we're coming down, we get them lined up, then we're going to match our sides up on the end here. There is a tuck flap up in this corner. And that tuck flap, what that's designed for is if your topper has a cutout or end short here, that tuck flap's designed to fill in that gap for bugs and rain and stuff like that. You basically come down the sides, on both sides, following along your truck bed here. As you get towards the bottom, it's nice to unzip the zipper a little bit, and that way we can get that all laid out real nice. So we got a little extra. We're going to roll that in. All right, the bottom piece here, you want to turn back so it makes the zipper straight. Keeping in mind, this is designed to universally fit all the different trucks. So you may end up a little longer on some trucks. So you pretty much can zip down to where your truck is finished. But you turn that back, allows the zipper to be nice and straight. So we're going to do that pretty much the same thing to this side. I'm going to Velcro along the top here. We're going to get to the corner, put our tuck flap up in there, and we're going to match the corner up. This is our contractor design. The thing that's nice about the contractor design is after you get this all installed, it can stay installed and pretty much is ready to go at any time. So we're going to bring the sides down, unzip it a little bit, turn that backwards so our zipper stays nice and straight. Coming down, turn our flap in like this. And then, if you have a carpeted topper, the bottom will hook right to the carpet. Otherwise, you can choose to put Velcro along here. That's designed to make a nice seal along the front. You pretty much just push that in, and you get your seal like that, and you zip it down. And that's the contractor. The nice thing about the contractor is you can zip it all the way up, and it unzips like a jacket. And I'm going to show you how that works. Pretty much just unzip that, come to the other side, you can unzip that. Get it unzipped right there, and then it allows the back panels to be rolled up out of the way and allows the back window gate of the topper to open. So zip this up, and then I can roll this up. Pretty simple. All right, now that I'm rolled up, you'll notice there's two pieces of Velcro. They're basically a hook and loop. You can just attach it to themselves, and that will hold that up out of the way, and that allows this back to be there at all times and allows you to be ready. It also allows the back window gate to open, and you got yourself a 30-second camper. So you get to your campsite, you basically just lower your window down, you zip on your sides, and you're off and you're ready to go, just like that. That's your contractor. That's the contractor. TopperEZLift, travel light, move fast.